With all due respect, this isn't a county fair. That's a 30,000-meter rifle, not a toy." Sergeant Blake Rowan's voice carried across the firing line, thick with arrogance, the kind that often comes with new stripes and little wisdom. Around him, a few young soldiers and civilian contractors tried not to laugh, snickering behind their hands. The woman he addressed stood just behind the yellow safety line. Late 50s, hair streaked with silver, eyes calm and focused. Helen Shaw looked not just at the rifle, but through it, as though she already knew how the story would end. Her khaki pants and weathered denim jacket made her look like a civilian lost in a sea of camouflage and tactical gear. She didn't react to the insult. No anger, no defense. Only silence. That silence unsettled Rowan. He rushed to fill it, words tumbling out, louder, more performative, desperate for validation. But across the platform, General Marcus Hale, a man who'd seen 30 years of war, saw something else. It wasn't her clothes or age. It was her posture, the kind of quiet stillness only a seasoned professional carries. The demonstration was meant to impress visiting foreign military officials, a showcase of American precision and technological dominance. The centerpiece, the new XM220 Longshot, a next-generation sniper rifle capable of hitting targets thought unreachable. Rowan was the hand-picked operator, the face of the weapon. Confident. Cocky. A salesman with a trigger. He went through his routine like a performer, reading wind data, adjusting dials, chambering the massive .50 call round. Cameras rolled. Eyes watched. Then the first shot cracked like thunder. The dust cloud bloomed 10 feet left of the target. Miss. He muttered something about a tricky crosswind, trying to sound composed. Another shot, closer, but still off. The murmurs began. The air thickened with embarrassment. And then, in a desperate attempt to save face, Rowan laughed, gesturing toward Helen. Maybe the lady from the crowd wants to give it a shot. The laughter that followed was cut short by General Hale's voice, cold, commanding. Fine. Let her. The crowd fell silent. Rowan froze. Sir, she's a civilian. Liability. You've failed twice, Sergeant, Hale replied. Now give her the rifle. Helen moved forward, calm as a breeze.
No swagger. No hesitation.
Every motion deliberate, smooth, efficient in a way that made time itself slow down. She ignored the electronic systems, bypassed the wind sensors, and instead looked at the horizon, reading the faint shimmer of heat and air like sheet music only she understood. She lay behind the rifle, exhaled halfway, and pulled the trigger. The crack echoed across the desert. Then, silence. 4 seconds later, a faint metallic ping whispered back from 3,200 meters away. A perfect hit. Dead center. The crowd gasped. On the big screen, the thermal camera showed the glowing impact mark, a flawless shot. Rowan's face drained of color. He whispered, "That's not possible." Helen didn't even look up. She calmly cleared the chamber, her movements unhurried and exact. As she stood, her denim lapel shifted, revealing a small, silver pin etched with lightning bolts and a single bullet. General Hale froze. He hadn't seen that insignia in decades. He stepped closer. "May I see that, She handed it over wordlessly. Hale raised it for all to see. "For those unfamiliar," he said quietly, "this is the Centurion Marksmanship Commendation, awarded only to graduates of the Tier 1 Advanced Interdiction Program. To earn it, one must make a confirmed cold-bore shot, in combat, beyond 3,000 meters." He turned back to her, voice reverent. "This is retired Master Sergeant Helen Shaw. For 15 years, she wrote the doctrine you all train under." The revelation hit like a shockwave. Every soldier on the platform realized who she was, a legend whispered about in sniper schools, the author of impossible stories. A myth made real. General Hale straightened, brought his hand to his brow, and saluted, not as a general to a civilian, but as a warrior to a master. "It's an honor to have you on my range, Master Sergeant." Helen returned a small nod. That was all. The story spread across the base by nightfall. They called it the silent shot. The next day, Sergeant Rowan found her by the small PX, drinking water in the shade. He approached quietly. "Master Sergeant, I was wrong. I was arrogant. Can you teach me how you read the wind like that?" Helen smiled faintly. "Wind has a grain, like wood," she said softly. "You just have to learn to see it." That single lesson changed him, and everyone who heard the story. The spent shell from a shot was mounted in the sniper school's main hall, engraved with words that would become doctrine. Assumptions are heavier than bullets. Generations of marksmen would learn from it, that true strength is quiet, true skill is humble, and real warriors don't need to shout to be heard. Because arrogance echoes for a moment. Competence echoes forever, even from 2 miles away. For more stories where silent mastery humbles the noise of arrogance, subscribe to The Final Watch.